What's up, my memory masters? Have you had this experience where you're in a conversation and you realize that your mind has drifted off completely and the person is still speaking and you realize that you've taken in nothing? Because I surely have in the past, I'm not gonna lie. However, if this is something that's happening to you frequently, then I'm going to give you a few simple tips to make sure that this doesn't happen to you anymore. And if you do enjoy this content, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share to anyone this might help with. Now, I'm going to give you a simple acronym to be able to remember conversations with people, and it's spelt RAAS. The first step is your reasoning. What is your reasoning behind wanting to remember conversations? And if you can't think of any, I might give you a couple for you. Firstly, when you're more interested in other people, you in turn become more interesting. Reason number next. When you remember something about somebody else, they feel special. Have you ever had somebody remember something about your life and you think, wow, this person really gets me? That's my cat playing in the background. And it's one of the easiest ways to make people feel special. So step number one is your reasoning. Next is attention. Now, a lot of the time, what's happening when we're in a conversation with somebody else is we are thinking about what we're doing later, what we did earlier. Maybe our mind is preoccupied with an argument with a friend. Maybe we're focused on work. Maybe we think we need to call our mother, cook some dinner. Whatever it is, our mind is somewhere else. And when this is happening, it's essentially like us having two conversations at one time. And we know the brain can only ever focus on just one. So make sure you're paying attention. Your focus directs your attention and in turn your ability to remember information. Let's go back to it. Step number next is going to be ask questions. When you ask questions, your brain engages. It becomes more curious. It becomes more focused on the information. And it also makes sure that you are keeping tabs throughout the conversation as well. So make sure to ask more curious questions. There's nothing worse than being in a conversation with somebody that just says, yeah, yes, yep, cool. Really? Wow. You know what I'm talking about. So make sure to dive deep into what they're actually saying. Ask where it comes from. What was their experience in that moment? What were they truly thinking and feeling? Try to imagine being inside of their experience and being in their body as they're doing it. Then asking yourself, what would that be like in that scenario? Step number last is going to be to summarize. Summarize some of the information that they've said. And say, have I got it right? For example, in this, you could say, so you were saying that you need to have a reason to want to remember conversations. You also need to be attentive and stop focusing elsewhere and just focus on the present moment. And then also make sure to ask questions and then also summarize the content, is that right? Doing this also makes people feel heard and listened to and special yet again. But it also makes sure that you understand and remember the content. And I'm going to give you a little bonus tip right at the end, which is going to be spaced repetition. If you've heard any of my other content, I do love going on about spaced repetition because we forget a lot of stuff naturally, and that is okay. This is fine. However, if you want to counteract forgetting everything, then we use something called spaced repetition. It's very, very simple. We want to create a habit of every night when we go to bed, when we just brush our teeth. You can remember people's names that you've met recently. Go through some of the key points of the conversations that you've had with them. So get into a habit and create it as a daily non-negotiable that whenever you brush your teeth, you're thinking about the conversations that you've had. What were the key points and facts that those people were speaking about? Because that is going to start drilling it into your long-term memory. So let's say you meet somebody on a Monday and you remember what you spoke about on the Monday and then do it again on the Tuesday and then maybe again on the Thursday and then a week later. Just keep going back over some previous conversations you've had. This is going to help you to strengthen those connections and turn them into a long-term memory. So if you're enjoying this content, please make sure to like and subscribe and share to somebody it might help with. And until next time, I'll see you all next time and peace out.